All right, this is the first step of what is probably a 2 or 3 step process to get these colors approved. One thing to notice is in the inspiration piece, there's not just one metallic. We've got some dark bronzes all the way up to some silvers, some champagne golds in between. And then we can look at this crop and kind of see what I would call kind of a monochromatic metal, where we pretty much have one blue and one gold, and this is very object-based painting, where this is a little more painterly. So we're going to have all these different columns of decision that we want to kind of refine. Do we like this more painterly thing where there's all these different metals and different blues and blacks and browns going on? Or do we want more of an object-based piece on the wall that's has more of a single metal and maybe two accent colors with one major, one minor, and that's it? So this is more object-oriented. This is more painterly. I noticed over here we've got a lot of different metal type ideas going on in the color boards, and also a lot of different blues and darks. So what I did is first we went about casting samples in a range of green gold champagnes, goldy champagnes, white silvery champagnes, even a blush one. And also what I wanted to do is do two that are very much more object oriented, where I cast in blue and then cast in a brown. And casting in blue, think about like if you see a Moody Maximal room and it's got that dark gray kind of, academia blue. Casting in blue means that instead of us looking at all this paint and the what we call the grout line, you're looking at the piece presenting itself as a blue casting with gold leaf highlights. It's just a different vibe. It's more got a more serious vibe to it. A solid metallic piece with a lot of blue paint on it has a different approach than a blue casting with leafing on it. Makes sense. So that's one option too. If we like the blue or the brown casting more, the blue would probably be the way to go. In this state, they don't look like much because they haven't gotten their leafed tops. The way you would go about this next step after this step is this gets leafed. We roll sizing, which leaves sections. So maybe I can barely zoom in. See this little gold kind of snow cap on top of that? We have a champagne, and then that's a little gold leaf, and gold leaf, and gold leaf. So you see they're inside of the smaller than the actual major object. So all of these will have a metal leaf applied to the top just to kind of, catch the tops. So let's go over the options, and you'll get, of course, one of these to look at in real life. But what we'll want to do is maybe eliminate some of these. We've got all these extras over here. And if we can eliminate some of these metallics or eliminate some of these blues and darks, we can get another group that's more specific and is got more focus. So this is a brown casting. This is the one here, and I put electric blue in it. I figured let's make this one the no you didn't. So this one would be, if you can imagine, these silver leafed and gold tops on here, and they can be toned a bit. This one would be your most strong electric fierce type way to go. Brown casting, electric blue paint, silver leaf tops, a little bit of nickel toning. This here is a barely metallic gray blue with looks like kind of a, what is this? Kind of a green gold champagne. This one's got more of a champagne gold with, this was a brown. Now notice over here we got a brown. This is a black. This is a brown. These are secondary colors. And when you do a painterly, you're gonna have a major like a blue everywhere, and then occasionally you're gonna be putting in some other than blues, like a browns or things like that. So these two colors, brown and black, are not to be treated as these blue variations. We're going to decide if we want a second color in the grout line to get away from this thing. And which way do we like? Do we like warm or do we like black? So let's think of these two as auxiliaries. But still, we can look at the metallic and ask ourselves if we like the metallic. So this is electric blue, metallic. This is a barely metallic gray blue. This is a pearl black, although you can hardly see the pearl there. This one's not doing much because it only got blue casting. It's waiting for the next steps. And this could be a very solid blue if you want, like pure this. This is the auxiliary one with the brown. This is probably the most feminine one and definitely the prettiest one. This has got a kind of a higher note gold champagne with a kind of a light gray blue, very pearl. So if you want dressy and feminine, this one's killing it right here. And this is just a kind of a standard intense gray blue, like a light navy. This one's more of a turquoise navy, a teal navy. This one's a bright navy. So then we've looked at these blues, and then we've also got the actual bronziness to look at. So we can kind of just see if there's one particular color of metallic that we're like, oh, that one. Each one's slightly different, using a different bronzing powder. Now this one here is not a gold or a silver. This is a very light blush. So I noticed there's a lot of mauve type tough things going on. I thought, for some reason maybe we're like, I can't do any more of this silver gold. This would be a blush, which we could go blush, but then maybe the blush with this would be really nice, or the blush with maybe that. But anyway, let's mark up. I photographed this whole set. You can mark it up, and we can just go through some commentary on which ones are strong. The metallics are strong, which ones are weak, which blues are strong, and which ones are weak, and if we like the monochrome versus the painterly, and if painterly, do we like browns or do we like blacks?